Okay. I don't see the attending people. Hello, by the way. So if you can, if in case there's any issues with the camera or the audio, please let me know in the chat. Other than that, we'll get started. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to this webinar hosted by cannabis license experts. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Shaheen. I'm an RA QA consultant with cannabis license experts, and today we want to talk about the new regulations in Alberta on psychedelics as medical treatment. So I had no idea, but I realized that Alberta, like BC, has opioid problem. In 2021, out of 1,117 deaths, 1,817, 1,617 were attributable to opioid. That's 86% of them. And focusing on fentanyl, for example, as a big problem, it has gone from 62% in 2016 to 82 in 2019 and 94% in 2020 for the for the proportion of deaths caused by opioids. So, and we've recently seen some evidence for psychedelics as being effective treatment for some mental conditions, mainly PTSD, especially important for veterans, treatment-resistant depression, anxiety, and addiction. As far as I know, the alcohol and opioids have been the two areas. Now, so that's a context for why the regulations changed and why Alberta is doing it. So with the new regulatory framework, uh, uh, which is an amendment to the Mental Health Services Protection Act and Regulation, we've seen a new framework for the psychedelics to be used as treatment. Um, the purpose of this is to safeguard communities and make healthcare more accessible to those in need. So again, this is in the context of the Mental Health Services Protection Act and Regulations. A guidance document is under development. They call it the standards uh, for short, or psychedelic drug treatment services standards, that will outline more in detail what you need. But if you go through the regulations, you get a good idea for which compounds we're talking about, and what's the quality system to deliver it, and then at the clinical level, also their regulations. So uh, this amendment is really concerned with the psilocybin, psilocin, MDMA, LSD, mescaline, DMT, 5-methoxy-DMT, and ketamine. Although, as we will see, ketamine is slightly less restricted than the other ones. So, as of January 16th, 2023, which is the upcoming Monday, the psychedelic treatment centers must be licensed under the Mental Health Service Protection Act. Uh, there are a couple of exceptions, but essentially what this means is that you need the medical oversight of the psychiatrist who supervises administration, and the clinics that provide the psychedelic assisted psychotherapy must appoint a psychiatrist as their medical director. Uh, and along the way, you also are required to have all your staff trained and show that they're able to handle the duties that they have. Now, the exceptions are approved clinical trials, because once a clinical trial is approved, it's understood that the quality system, their procedures, and the training, and the record keeping, and everything is in place, so they're good to go. And for ketamine, when it's used outside of psychedelic assisted psychotherapy. So the laws and regulations that we're going to talk about are specifically for psychedelic assisted psychotherapy, because both ketamine and other compounds can be used for treating pain and cancer, for example. So also starting on Monday, your family physician can prescribe psychedelics unless there's been a consultation and some sort of training with a psychiatrist who approves the process. Now, in terms of the regulatory requirements, like any other industry, you need your QMS, including the training, which means you have to have some sort of quality manual that reflects your quality policy, procedure for safety and security, employee requirements, qualifications, and training, record creation, maintenance, and retention, which falls under good documentation practices, and of course the facility standards. If you're gonna have psychedelics on site where you have to store it and whatnot, and we'll be waiting for the standards to come and then talk about to talk about them, to talk about those requirements a little more. As I mentioned, part of the training is that all staff must have the training, qualification, and experience. It must be on their personal record to show. And so aside from the most general ones that we kind of talked about, there are two specific requirements that I was able to find on the Government of Alberta website for the clinics that provide psychedelic assisted psychotherapy. So as of Monday, January 16th of this year, they will be required to have a complaint process. So the whole supply chain that's involved, all the departments, all the operations and procedures, and complaints, which often triggers a CAPA. So it means they have to have for a complaint CAPA, and complaints could lead to recall, might be a complaint about an adverse event and whatnot, which leads us to the second point. So aside from a process for handling complaints, all clinics must also report to the Ministry of Health any serious injury or death that occurs in relation to the provisions of services. And this includes any situation that may be harmful to the health or safety of patients, or that may jeopardize the service provider's ability to provide services. So that this is pretty much what we know so far, in terms of who can prescribe and what can be prescribed and how people will access these services. Some finishing points is that at least from a personal point of view, I think it's going to provide safer access and administration of psychedelics as a treatment for people who need it. And considering that this field of research is very new, we don't still know a lot how they work, and we're dealing with very potent compounds throughout the study and administration of these. This regulatory framework allows for better data collection, better reporting of adverse events, and all the unexpected results that happen in any investigation. And with this kind of data, we can improve both the healthcare services and also the quality systems that run it. Market-wise, it's good for people like myself or the company Cannabis License Experts. There'll be more work for us to do, more documentation, more systems to develop and whatnot. I suspect there would be more demand for updated or new medical devices, and the variety of supply chains that can get involved and enjoy the market. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ontario and BC are closely watching what Alberta does to see if it's in their benefit to roll out their own regulatory frameworks, which I mean, if it benefits the people, hopefully they will roll it out. If not, we have Alberta as the first model in Canada to regulate psychedelic treatment. So that's it for today. It was a pretty short one. Please let us know if you have any questions. Reach out at to Cannabis License Experts, and we'll be happy to help. Not sure how many people are here, but if there are any questions, please type them up and I'll do my best to answer. All right. Doesn't seem to be lots of questions. So have a good one, everyone, and take care. See you later.